Hi, everyone. I'm Julie Porter, and I've been sketchnoting for a lot of years. And usually I think of sketchnotes as things I give. I like to do sketchnotes of books that mean something to me and then send it to the author as a thank you, or maybe as a way to help them sell books, whatever they want to do with it. But recent research is really talking a lot about the benefits of sketchnoting for the sketchnoter. And so I had to really think on how that has played out in my practice. And there definitely have been some. So, one of the things research shows is that sometimes through sketchnoting, you can come up with an unexpected insight. And that certainly happened with this little piece. My family and I work with an organization that, among other things, sends people out to pick up cigarette butts. I was surprised to learn that those little innocuous things that seem like they should be biodegradable are anything but. And but some estimates say that most of the pollution in our ocean's water come from cigarette butts. They're nasty little things. So small things, but there's so many of them that it really creates great harm. So as I was doing this, I was thinking, well, what else? What could I equate that to that is small but creates great harm? Oh yeah. Um, we all know this guy, and very, very tiny, but in large enough numbers, causes a global pandemic. So my next thought is, how could I convince people to go out and pick up cigarette butts with us? Like, there are so many. If you go down in my town, you take one block, you have filled an entire garbage bag full of cigarette butts. There are so many. So you start to feel really helpless. But if we take our lesson from the cigarette butt and from the virus, even our small selves, if we all work together, we could clean up the whole earth. So if we each do our part. And that gave me the name for this sketch note. Small things grouped together can do big things. Sketchnoting also really helps with memory. So one of my favorite non-pronounceable words, mnemonic, is a memory device like when you have a poem or a song or an acronym that you use to remember something you want to remember. I have used this for years. This is my Aunt Faye wearing a Santa suit and a brand new Mexican sombrero. And that is how I remember that the capital of New Mexico is Santa Fe. And I have 50 of these. Oh, this is a book sketch note that I did for the book Future Skills by Pertu Polonen, probably also not pronounced anything like that. But among other things here, he talked about what four topics he thought everyone should study in school because they are basically different ways to problem solve. So law, coding, art, and gardening. And I made myself a little memory device here. Here's a carrot, so gardening. He's painting art, he's painting ones and zeros, coding, and he's balancing the scales of justice, law. And just since drawing that, thinking it up and drawing it, I can call that picture to mind at any time. So, as happens every day, if somebody said, what does Pertu Polonen say everyone should study in school? I can come up with law, coding, art, gardening, just like that. A really important thing I think sketchnoting allows you to do is to express yourself. The year 2023 was terrible for my family and I. My daughter's health tanked. We lost my dad, we lost my brother-in-law, and I lost my job all in 2023. So as I sat down to do a Christmas card that year, all I could think about was, I want back everything that this stupid year took from us. Well, that doesn't make a very cheerful Christmas card. So I was trying to think, well, what would I want to give to the person who read this card? And so I used the same exact drawing, and I would want to give them my daughter's bravery, resilience, and humor. I would want to give them a forever cheerleader like my dad, who loves you unconditionally. I would want to give them someone in their lives like my brother-in-law, who's wise and kind and funny. And I would want them to have a job that is both fulfilling and fun. And this was a very healing thing for me to do, to take those losses and see them for the wins that they were through most of my life. Similarly, I did this one for just what I was thankful for at the time. And I really think everyone should do this to see all of these things together all at once in everything from my kids, my pets, my sponsored kids to succulents and the fact that somehow or other I managed not to kill them. Um, is just a really, really uplifting kind of thing. And so if you're like, no, I can't draw, take your hint from this book, Your Brain on Art, where they let you know that there are mental health benefits to making art or participating in arts in any way. And the good news is you don't even have to be great. You don't even have to be good. You could be 38 out of 38 and still get the benefits of drawing. So draw what you're grateful for, and you'll be grateful that you did it. So speaking of gratitude, thank you, Flyntrok, for this chance to talk about sketchnoting and to discover some things about my practice. Bye bye.